I'm Colleen Holder and this is Let's Talk Tobago. Today we're coming to you from the condominiums at Tobago Plantations. The tranquil and serene environment here is a great de-stressor after a hard day's work. These condos offer varying accommodations. You can choose from a studio apartment or 2 or 3 bedroom spaces. We'll take you inside and around some of these condos right after we tell you what's happening in our stories this week. TRHA gets a new board. The members are promising to ensure this island's healthcare system is second to none. TRHA tests Tobago's readiness to deal with disasters, and a gesture that keeps many NGOs going.
Ain't this what you came for?
What's up, it's John Legend. I'm very excited to be coming back to Tobago for the Tobago Jazz Experience on April 25th, 2014. I want to see you in the place, so make sure you get your tickets at www.tobagojazzexperience.com. I'll see you there on April 25th. Peace.
The night I let you know, baby, tonight.
CIT Tobago, ready to provide your community with the highest degree of professional services in emergency response. Contact CIT Mariah at 660-0065 or CIT Speyside at 660-6096. CIT 24-hour services, emergencies, medical or other. CIT Pro, the new face of emergency management.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tobago. Thanks for staying with us at the condos of Tobago Plantations. This is Villa 33B, which is located on the ground floor. And this condo provides an easy walkthrough from the kitchen to the living room, and the patio has a great view of the golf course. It's ideal for watching the sunset. Now, our first story has nothing to do with beautiful imagery, but it sure contributes to good health. Tobago has a state-of-the-art hospital, 19 health centers for a population that's just under 60,000, and it provides its senior citizens with an emergency medical alert system. But we're just getting warmed up. There's free dialysis treatment, and the Scarborough General Hospital Outpatient Department received the National Award for Best Customer Service in 2012. By many accounts, it's a system that works, but there are those keen to raise the bar even higher. The new board of the Tobago Regional Health Authority is vowing to do just that. Umadara Mills reports.
Dr. Maria Dillon Remy is one of the 9 appointed TRHA board members for the term 2014 to 2016. She's been in the medical field since she started as an intern in 1977. Experience she'll probably need to draw on over the next 2 years.
We are serving at a time when we will really have to do a lot of communicating, a lot of bridging gaps with the community so that we can achieve an outcome of improved health care.
Another member is the deputy chairman of the board, Lydia Peters. Ms. Peters brings to the board her extensive expertise in human resource and human relations management, important components in improving the healthcare system on the island.
Well, you're dealing with people, It's all about people. And in dealing with people, you have all the different legislations and so on that governs dealing with employee-employers relationship.
The chairman of this new TRHA board is Trevor Craig, and he's very clear about the goals of this board he now leads.
With my team of board members, we commit ourselves to building on the work of previous boards, to meet and exceed the expectations of the population as we continue to strive for excellence in the delivery of quality health care in Tobago.
The other board members are Ingrid Melville, Lystra Sebro, Alan Crooks, Curtin Daniel, Max Albert James, and Gerald McFarlane. The board will collaborate with the Tobago House of Assembly to ensure that Tobagonians get what they need out of the healthcare system. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Ensuring Tobago is disaster ready. This island tested its emergency systems and response capabilities by simulating an earthquake followed by a tsunami. The Tobago Emergency Management Agency TRHA targeted 3 high-risk areas: Scarborough, Roxborough, Argyll, and the southwestern section of Tobago. TRHA called the exercise Dark Wave, and as Davia Chambers tells us, it involved a wide range of emergency services, including law enforcement, the health sector, and security.
That could be the scenario should Tobago be struck by an earthquake measuring 8.0 on the Richter scale, triggering a tsunami. But TRHA has gained some experience about how to deal with this disaster because of exercise Dark Wave.
In the Roxborough area, we had significant impact, contaminated water and stuff like that, and we had simulated the movement or the evacuation of 2,000 people to high areas in Belgarden. We looked at in Scarborough, for example, being the TEOC here being impacted and we having to operate from an alternate EOC at the 211 facility. We looked at other partners being impacted and how they would have had to deal with that. We looked at impact in the southwest as well and what was happening.
He says they also tested the resilience of partner agencies.
We simulated the police station, for example, which is the divisional headquarters for the island, being impacted 90% and the police having to relocate, we ourselves having to relocate. Stuff like that is what we did, and then you test how you treat with stuff like those.
And in terms of the public understanding the impact of these events, Mr. Brown says that was successful.
We fielded several calls from members of the public trying to understand, of course, initially how it would impact them, what was expected of them, and what they were to do. We had, in terms of community involvement, particularly in the Roxborough area, I'm very, very happy with the kind of support we got out of the Police Youth Club, because they played a major role in some of the simulations that we would have done in that area.
Now that exercise Dark Wave is over, a review will be done and recommendations made. I'm Davia Chambers for Let's Talk Tobago.
Grassroots groups are able to reach people where they are. In some cases, non-governmental organizations are the first stop for those who don't know where to turn for assistance. But often this means their resources are stretched thin and they can't do as much as they'd like. This is where a timely check helps. It keeps our NGOs going. Let's meet the latest batch of recipients.
If this is unfamiliar to native English speakers, it's okay because it's actually the Japanese word for flower. This is just a few of the lessons Tobagonians are learning during these Japanese classes put on by the Nihongo Chat of Trinidad and Tobago, an NGO formed just about 4 months ago, which seeks to teach persons about the Japanese culture. And what they learn here in this classroom will be put to good use when the group goes on a trip to Japan later this year. But first, they need a bit of financial assistance to help them with their travel cost. The First Scarborough Boys Brigade is another organization that's nurturing young people outside of the traditional learning environment. This commendable move is part of the reason the TRHA is helping them with the expenses incurred by a concert they put on earlier in the year.
It was a fundraising venture to assist members in attending the regional camp and training school in Montserrat during the period July 17 to 29th, 2014.
The Chief Operations Officer at 91.9 FM, Kerry Quash, collected a reimbursement check for Trini Bashment's Secondary Schools Soccer Series, a pilot project done in Tobago during the carnival season this year. The aim was to reach students using a medium they understood while addressing a growing cruel trend.
We decided to merge education and entertainment. We had a segment that was done by our brand coordinator, Ms. Carla Hobson, where she spoke to the students about peer pressure and bullying. We had an anti-bullying element into it.
Other organizations that received much needed financial help included the Calder Hall Board Games Sports Club, a group that's working to get young people interested in games such as Scrabble and chess, and the Palatavia Anglican School for their sports day activities. I'm Umudara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
We're taking a break, but on the other side, keeping Tobagonians in the know. We'll tell you how that can boost investor confidence.
There are now significant traffic changes in the Shore Park area following the opening of the roundabout. Drivers can continue to proceed south on Orange Hill Road from the Claude Noel Highway, but they will no longer be able to turn right into the gas station or onto the Crusoe bypass. Instead, from the Claude Noel Highway, turn south onto Old Government Farm Road, east onto the Crusoe bypass, go around the roundabout, get into the left lane, and head north onto Orange Hill Road to the gas station. This message brought to you by the Division of Infrastructure and Public Utilities.
This is Let's Talk Tobago. Thanks for staying with us. We are now at Condo 9A at the Tobago Plantations, which is set amidst well-maintained gardens and manicured lawns. It's here that you'll find one of the 3 shared swimming pools. And if you wander far enough, you'll come upon an access path through the golf course that leads to the beach. And access to that beach takes us right to our next story. The beaches on this island are just some of Tobago's income generators. Tobago has many natural resources which keep the wheels of this island's economy turning, but good governance dictates that this should be managed properly. It's why there's a campaign to keep Tobagonians in the know about the benefits of what's known as the extractive industries.
One of the valuable resources available to the local construction industry on this island. And today, there are moves to get Tobagonians to understand how this and other natural resources are utilized and distributed.
We also know that there are 3 quarries in Tobago: Studley Park, Winfield, Scott, and Green Hill. We need to literally look at this report as a tool to help us design, speaking as a Tobagonian here. The report is handy for that, to drive it home of what we take for granted.
The idea is that this information will be made public and would be readily available to everyone. This is where the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative report becomes helpful.
The fact that this annual audit is done is a major disincentive to corruption, and transparency and accountability is the way that we are moving with this very important resource that is the most important sector of our national economy.
Because the report is an independent account of the declared payments made by the extractive industry to the government, Mr. Hart believes it essentially allows citizens to hold both the government and corporations accountable. The chairman of the Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Diane Haddad, says Tobagonians have a lot to gain.
There's always value in knowledge, because just being aware of the amount that's in our treasury allows us for better planning. A, from a personal level. B, it gives us the voice to ensure that our governments and the direction with which they spend our resources and manage our funds, that we stay in charge of it, particularly once we are on the ball.
Trinidad and Tobago is one of 41 countries worldwide currently implementing the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative. The report of the industry was published in September 2013 and is for the period 2010 to 2011. I'm Davia Chambers for Let's Talk Tobago.
When you have a passion, you go after it no matter the cost. And one Tobagonian did just that when he decided to pursue studies in the US. But sometimes even drive and academic excellence aren't enough. Without tuition fees, it's just a dream or a very frustrating experience. Some are rescued by their real-life fairy godmothers and godfathers. But in Tobago, if they don't have that option, they can check the Department of Advanced Training and Advisory Services, formerly known as the Financial Assistance Unit. Today we tell you the story of one recipient. Omar Mills shares what he's been able to accomplish and how he plans to help others.
These are the hands of 22-year-old Rion Roberts of Belgarden, a young man with a passion for automotive technology which developed since he was 5 years old while helping his father work in his mechanic shop. This passion led him to pursue a course of studies in automotive engineering at the Lincoln Technical Institute in New Jersey.
You have more resources, the technical skills out there is more. You have a wide range of different vehicles to work on, so you have more experience, first of all. You get more punctual, you get more competence.
Rion completed the course with an excellent plus grade point average of 4.0. But this almost didn't happen because he ran into financial difficulties halfway through his course. Backed against the wall, his dad approached the Tobago House of Assembly for assistance for Rion. He was granted a loan totaling $100,000.
Feel great, feel good, because I wanted to do this. I didn't want to just come and fail halfway. Just wanted to accomplish what I came to do.
And now Rion's back on the island, working in his own garage and sharing what he learned.
Well, no, I get more competent and get more confident. I can talk more to the customers, explain what happening to the vehicle, explain that you have to get this part now, else that can happen.
Rion's can-do attitude demonstrates that hard work and perseverance is rewarding, but he's just one of the thousands of Tobagonians who have benefited from the financial assistance provided through the Department of Advanced Training and Advisory Services, formerly the Financial Assistance Unit. I'm Omodara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Now that's Rayon's story. In the music field, we'll meet some of the best on the island. These students are not tooting their own horns. They endured 10 days of competition at the first ever Youth Music Festival in Tobago. They had to prove that they have what it takes to be called champs in areas such as Broadway musicals, folk songs, the steel pan and drumming. Here are some highlights from the concert and awards ceremony which featured 37 of the 6-day musical champions.
Pianist Curtis Collins stands out as the best from among the hundreds of performances for TRHA's Youth Music Festival. He has been awarded the Chief Secretary's Most Outstanding Festivals Performer. There were also winners in other instrumental categories, such as the guitar, trumpet, flute, recorder, and the steel pan. Bishop's High School received the award for Most Outstanding High School in the festival, having dominated the winnings for both the instrumentals and vocal categories. The award for Most Outstanding Primary School has been given to the Scarborough RC School, and here's one of their winning musical renditions. Besides vocals in the solo and duet categories, patrons at the concert and awards function also enjoyed some of the best musical ensemble. This biannual music festival has been designed to continue nurturing the musical abilities of the youth. It's the first of its kind and has been put on by the Divisions of Community Development and Culture and Education, Youth Affairs and Sport.
So many clocks from so many places, I know it handsome squares on their faces. They're looking for some process and yes, it's true, they go cuckoo.
I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time for another break, but do stay with us because coming up, molding our island's future sportsmen and women.
It's picture perfect with over 100 reasons to come. The intensely nurturing sensation of being so close to nature, the laid-back rhythm of the island, and of course the outstanding Tobago Jazz Experience 2014 brings to its main stage Keisha Cole, Grammy Award winners, Earth, Wind and Fire, Brandy, and the man himself, John Legend. Everything on one incredibly perfect island. The Tobago Jazz Experience 2014, April 19th to 27th. Much more than music.
You're viewing Let's Talk Tobago. Welcome back. This is Condo 19B, one of the many apartments here at the Tobago Plantations, which is managed by Sugar Mill Suites. One of the architectural features of these condos is that the decor is never repeated. Each place has a style that can vary from modern to colonial. But there's one thing they all have in common. The bedroom and living room doors open onto a spacious patio where you can host guests or just relax. Let's leave it there for now to tell you that girls in Tobago are proving they can break the proverbial glass ceiling. They're breaking out from their traditional roles and following their dreams. In this case, they've managed to balance their academics with netball. This is the achievements of girls from 7 schools of the period 2013 to 2014.
Excitement, adrenaline rush and competition. That's how netballer Anissa Batiste describes the feeling she gets when playing this game. She was introduced to netball at age 10, and since then she's risen, getting selected to the national team, which allowed her to represent the country at regional and international competitions. But none of this is done at the cost of her schoolwork. Her dedication has paid off. Anissa is the recipient of the league's bursary awards for the 2013-2014 season in the over 17 category.
Over the years, I was able to obtain approximately $20,000 through bursary funding. This also encourages me to stay grounded in my studies and contributed to me being an all-round player and student.
Other players who continue to excel in both netball and academics are Nisha Manning in the under 13 category, Ayana Williams for the under 15 age group, and Natisha Rajman in the under 17 category. Awards are also given to girls who excel in areas such as shooting and march past competition. Pentecostal Light and Life School are the champs this year. The representative for the Tobago Netball League, Martha Archer, is encouraging the players to stick with the game because they can benefit from tertiary level scholarships.
Netballers, there are opportunities for you in the sport of netball. The University of Trinidad and Tobago now offers scholarships, and Ashel is one of those athletes that would have earned a scholarship because of her ability to play netball and earned a bachelor's degree in sports administration.
Other awards have been given for the first form, juniors, senior and open knockout competitions, and the overall league champions in the various categories. The Tobago Netball League is an institution supported by the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport. I'm Keyshawn Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
Now, those netballers are still at school, but they'll soon have to make career choices. Some might say it's pretty obvious what some of them want to do, but it's not always crystal clear for everyone. Our youths today are faced with a myriad of career options, and sometimes it's just overwhelming. Our educators understand this and are reaching out through career guidance seminars and exhibitions. They hope our students will use the information and advice to make good choices and become positive role models.
Ever thought about a career as a meteorologist? What about an electrician or an accountant? Well, those are just a few of the options provided for students who attended the career day Dare to Dream 2. They not only got information about specific jobs, but also an appreciation of the many options which are available. Here alone, they've been exposed to over 42 career paths.
Many times when young people are asked what they would like to do when they leave school, we talk about doctors and lawyers and so forth. But there are a lot of other careers that are out there that we would like you to take into consideration as you make your decision.
The students have been encouraged to do well at school so that their hard work can be rewarding later on.
You would not have a life that is full of opportunities if you do not take time to study. How you do it now? By putting everything you have within you to study your work, listen to your teachers, respect authority.
The students are also being urged to continue enhancing their skills since they have the option of working beyond the island's borders.
In today's world, you can start your life in Tobago and you can live anywhere in the world through your career, through your decisions. You can live in the West Indies, you can live in Australia, you can live in Japan. The choice is yours. Choose well.
This National District Career Fair is a collaboration between the Ministry of Education and the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
In Tobago, there are several community projects geared towards building character, appreciating teamwork and fostering a love of football. With all the negative influences around, there can never be too many of these groups. It's why the Mason Hall Police Youth Club has expanded.
These are 2 of the 5 female teams competing in the Mason Hall's Police Youth Club's Football League, which runs for 7 weeks. Although the club has had other football competitions in the past, it's the first time there's this element.
When we, do a survey more or less, there's a lack of female football in Tobago. Outside of the secondary school league, there's no opportunity for females to play football in Tobago. So that was one of the objectives of introducing the female league.
In addition to the female teams, there's an under-21 male category with 10 participating teams done to engage more youths in football. And the adults are participating as village teams, which makes the league an all-inclusive one for the community as well as Tobago.
From experience over the past years, football is one thing that actually brings the community together. And as I said, we were actually satisfied with the response. And as you know, if you want to call it community tourism, we also had, spectator involvement from different parts of Tobago.
The TRHA understands the important contributions the youth club is making and is helping the group carry out the event in a professional manner.
The youth department, they are assisting us, with the referees and some of the equipments that we need in terms of balls and uniforms for the officials and so on. And our other representative, which is the Chief Secretary, Mr. Orville London, he is actually assisting us, with the special prizes in the competition.
The Mason Hall Police Youth Club has been around for the past 15 years. And besides football, they also engage the youths in other activities such as talent competitions. In 2013, the club won the award for Most Outstanding Youth Group of the Year by the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport. I'm Umudara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
And it's time to have your say, the segment of our program where we hear from you, our viewers. There have been many changes and upgrades to Tobago's road infrastructure over the last few years. A few weeks ago, this island got its 3rd roundabout in exactly 2 years. Millions have been spent on the construction of the Lansomi-Charlotteville Road, and work is expected to start soon on widening the 2 culverts along the Milford Road in Lambo. This just touches the surface. There are plans to do even more throughout the island. So today we're asking, how do you feel about the plans to spend $80 million upgrading Tobago's road network over the next few years? This is what you said.
Once the 50 road need to repair, especially Charlotteville. But I live at Darrell Spring, and once the intention is to go to 50 road, proper road, we need that.
I think it's a really, really good idea. That's something that the people looking forward to for the longest while.
Well, I don't mind spending the money to fix Tobago roads, but they should do it in a proper way. Because the roundabout, many people, to their opinion, is not making any sense, so they should do it properly.
It's not a bad idea, because the road and them well deteriorated in Tobago as a tourism country. So I give them credit for that if they're really going and improve the roads on them. I wish them all the best.
I think it's worth it, spending that kind of money on the roads and infrastructure in Tobago, because this is a tourism destination and you have a lot of people traveling. So therefore, good roads is important. It sort of make the country look good.
And that's how we bring this week's edition of Let's Talk Tobago to a close. Remember, you can send us your comments or queries on anything you've seen in this program to information@tha.gov.tt or visit us at www.tha.gov.tt. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Colleen Holder, and on behalf of all of us at the Department of Information, have a safe and enjoyable week. And as we go, we leave you now with a final look at the condos at Tobago Plantations.